2004, off a beach in New Zealand, 4 lifeguards were training in the open water when a great white shark began circling them. They were too far from shore to make a run for it, and the shark knew it. Then the water around them came alive. A pod of dolphins. They packed themselves into a tight circle around the swimmers and refused to break it. For 40 minutes, they herded the humans together, slapping the water, driving the shark back, until it finally gave up and left. Nobody trained them to do that. They had nothing to gain, which makes no sense. Why would a wild animal risk itself for a human, a stranger, another species, the one predator the whole ocean has learned to fear? And it's not just dolphins. It's happened with a gorilla who cradled a fallen child, with a whale that hid a diver under its fin. And it keeps coming back to one question biologists still can't answer. Is this kindness, instinct, or something about us we'd rather not look at? August 1996, Brookfield Zoo, Chicago. A 3-year-old boy climbs a railing and falls nearly 6 meters into the gorilla enclosure, knocked unconscious. The crowd screams, and a gorilla named Binti Jua walks over, with her own infant clinging to her back. She picks the boy up. She cradles him. She keeps the other gorillas back and carries him gently all the way to the door where the keepers can reach him. The world called it a miracle of compassion. Skeptics said she was just habituated to humans, but no one had ever trained her to do that. 2017, the Cook Islands. Marine biologist Nan Hauser is diving when a 22-ton humpback whale starts pushing her through the water, tucking her under its fin again and again. She's terrified until she spots what the whale is doing. A tiger shark circling nearby. The whale was shielding her, and humpbacks do this constantly. Biologist Robert Pittman gathered over 100 records of humpback whales interfering with killer whale hunts, driving them off seals, sea lions, even other whales' calves. They swim toward the sound of an attack, on purpose. So this isn't a fluke. Across completely different species, dolphins, gorillas, whales, sometimes even elephants, wild animals occasionally protect a creature they have every reason to ignore. The pattern is real. The reason is the hard part, because there's no obvious reason a wild animal should care whether a human lives or dies at all. The simplest explanation is almost disappointing. Misfired instinct. Humpbacks hate killer whales. Orcas hunt their calves. So humpbacks are wired to attack them on sight. Saving a seal or a diver might just be a side effect. As Pittman put it, it may not really be about us at all. For a gorilla like Binti Jua, there's another idea. The same circuitry that makes a mother guard her baby may simply fire for anything small, limp, and in distress. She had an infant of her own that day. The unconscious boy may have set off the very same instinct. And here's the uncomfortable part. We only ever hear the rescues. The same dolphins that shield swimmers from sharks have also rammed people, held them underwater, and even killed. The ones that ignored a drowning human, or turned on them, left no one behind to tell the story. We remember the pod that came, not the 1,000 times nothing did. And yet, the documented cases are real, repeated, across species that never met, across decades. Every so often, one of these animals chooses to close the distance between us and help. The question is, how far back that impulse goes. The deepest possibility is the one that unsettles us most. The drive to help a stranger in danger may not be a human invention at all. It may be far older than our species, wired into social mammals millions of years before we ever stood up. Which would mean we didn't invent compassion. We inherited it. So come back to that swimmer, ringed by dolphins in the dark water. To the rest of the wild, We are the apex predator, the thing everything else flees, avoids, and fears. And yet, every so often, the wild doesn't run from us. It swims toward us. It puts its own body between us and death and asks for nothing back. We spend our whole lives certain we're alone at the top, the only species that truly thinks, feels, and cares. But maybe the kindness we're proudest of was never ours alone. Maybe it was always out there, in the water, in the trees, waiting for us to notice. If an animal that owes you nothing would still save your life, what does that make us to them? We ask questions like that every week. Stick around, and we'll see you in the next one.